Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Here's a look at what we did last Monday. These were the Purple Day inspired canvases that we worked on. If you noticed, I used a flat back this time with a paper, not a paper, with a plastic backing. And I am so happy that they did not curl in on themselves like they have in the previous times that I've used them. So I think we found a win. Thank you, the dollar store. And I really like what's going on here with these bright colors. I got them from the dollar store. This dollar store paint tends to be more on the thicker side, so it adds a little bit of a sheen to it. I did mix the purples with some of the dollar store paints, and I've noticed that that really creates a unique effect where some areas are more shiny than others. I'm going to chalk it up to the difference in paint formulas. And some of these paints do have a little bit of a texture to them. I'm not too crazy about that, but here is the second piece that we worked on. I love all of the difference in the oranges contrasting with the purples. I'm outlining the yellow here, even though on camera it looks more yellow. In person, it's more like a Cheeto Puff orange, kind of how you can see in the shade here when I tilt it down. But on camera, it looks more like a dandelion yellow. Here I am comparing both different shades of purple in the fact that purple is made up of both red and blue, but in different quantities of both colors. They can give way to a lightness, a darkness, and a brightness. On the right side, we have a more red-based purple, and on the left, we had a more blue-based purple. That way you can see the differences between them both. All right, let's get this party started, and today we are going to be working with 3 canvases. Even though there are only 2 currently on the screen, my current setup is rather limited, so I apologize for that. Today we are going to be going with a darker theme rather than the bright and cheerful colors that I've used in the past. This is a cup that I borrowed from mixing up colors for my Storm Cloud Gray that you might have seen. That is a homemade color, meaning I used different shades of paint from other color groups to create it. For today's colors, we are using black, the Storm Cloud Gray, yellow, and white. I tend to find it more on the difficult side for me to steer away from the bright, colorful colors and go with a monochromatic or duochromatic color palette. I just love my color. The first color we will be introducing is going to be black, followed up by the Storm Cloud Gray, and then yellow afterwards. We will not be covering the canvas today just because I would like to reserve some of the paint instead of have it all run off when I start tilting the canvas around. I do have to be careful with the amount of paint that I use on these canvases. For this particular yellow, it is on the thicker side, so it will allow other colors to sit on top of it. Here we just added in black one more time to kind of help cut through it since it is on the thinner side, and then I'm using white. Pay attention to the center there. Do you see how the white is pulling all of the colors down? That white is just liquidy enough to give me a little bit of depth, and it allows me to sink those other colors down. We are returning with the Storm Cloud Gray to sit on top. And here I pulled this little black bottle of paint out to try and describe why there is no such color as black. Black and white are shades. They are the absence of colors or the combination of all colors. So with that being said, there is no true black pigment. It all has to be derived from a main color source. It could be green, purple, blue, just from any pre-existing color. You might have noticed how with washable markers, when the ink gets wet, it will most often turn green. That's because the black's source of color stems from the green dye that's used. Here is a quick look into the cup that we just poured. There's already some color separation going on with that white. I'm really excited. For today, I am going to repeat what I did last Monday, and we are going to double up on the cups. So 1 canvas, 1 cup. I'm going to pour all of the cups pretty much together, so that way we can cut down on the amount of live stream time and the life of my battery. This is from a previous pour painting that I've done in the past, actually from a couple that I've done in the past. Look at how beautiful those colors are. I like to reduce, reuse, and recycle as much as I can, and if that means reusing old cups, you bet I will. After the white, we are going to return with the yellow because this is a thicker paint. I do have a straw available for me to use and blow it out so that way we can still get that nice bright pop of color that we had in one of our previous pour paintings where I used red, blue, white, and the storm cloud gray, and it ended up turning into feathers. But take a look here on the screen at that nice bright pop of red. I was able to achieve that by using the straw to help blow out those previous layers, and if that's what I have to do with the yellow, then I am fine with that. After the yellow, we are following up once more with the storm cloud gray, black, and white. Watch as I pour the white into the cup. You'll notice the center of it practically disappears. That's how fluid and runny this white is. But when I spread it out, it sits nice and pretty on top. If you ever see any images or pictures within my paintings or pour cups, take a screenshot and send it to me. I want to see what you see. Here is a quick look at both of our pour cups, the first one and the second one. Both have the same colors, but both have very different results. Let's start off with the second one that we just finished and see what we get. I am digging this one. I think we have a winner chicken dinner. Let me know what you think. On to our next canvas. Now, because I am reusing all of the same colors, I'm not worried about cross-contamination as I wipe my hands on that canvas. Here is the cup from our first set of colors. They are the same colors. Let's see what happens. I kind of like what we've got going on right there, but why don't I see any yellow? Yellow can't be that heavy. I promise I do remember adding yellow into that cup. There is a possibility it just mixed with the black, but you can kind of see it towards the bottom of the canvas there when everything is stretched out a little bit. Still though, where did it go? Try to get that yellow. Yeah, see, there's yellow in the cup. Where is it? Boy, I must have really only added just like a teeny tiny splash, but like, where did it go? On with our third canvas, we are going to be reusing the cup that we just poured from just because there is a little extra paint left inside. I am jumping back in with the yellow, black. Next up is going to be Storm Cloud Gray, and then a drizzle of white to help sink all of the colors down and hopefully provide more of a contrast than our last pour painting that we just finished. This cup looks a little familiar. Do you think we'll get the same results as our first pour? Let me know down in the comments. What do you think is going to happen? Do you see any interesting pictures or images? Take a screenshot and send it to me. Let me know what you find. Something with yellow in it. If you ask me, this looks pretty darn close to the first one, aside from the direction in movement and changes. There were a couple corners that didn't get reached by the paint. Oops. Did you see that? That's what happens when you forget to dry off your hands from time to time. Tried to pour it off, but I guess it's here to stay. Oh well. This is what you will get when you forget to wear gloves when you are pour painting. Personally, I don't mind it one bit. I love getting messy in my work. It's a lot of fun, and cleanup is the best part for me. Let's have a closer look at these beautiful colors. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider subscribing so that way you don't miss another live stream. On Mondays, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I go live, and there we can chit-chat, we can go over different color combinations. Once again, if you see anything in my pour paintings that looks like an image, a picture, please take a screenshot and send it to me so that I can share it. I want to see what you see in my pictures. All right, I hope you have a fabulous day, and I hope to see you next Monday at 2 p.m. Bye for now.